Welcome back. Welcome back. I think we had a rerun last week.
We did. We showed
We did.
Erica
We did. So
because
welcome
that's
back.
coming up.
And we'll be there. So stay tuned. But welcome back to another episode of Black Money Matters. My name is Jameca Patrick.
I'm Karen Weaver.
We are here today with a very special guest, and I'm excited about this guest. And so introduce yourself to our audience.
My name is Deontay Lyles. I am the owner of Flint Flames Youth Organization, a Flint basketball team out of Flint, where we travel the country and do a lot of stuff for the youth.
Yeah, you do a lot of stuff. A whole lot. I mean, because I've been to some of the things that you've done, some of your events. Well, you were with me.
Yep.
You were with me when we went Jameca.
Yep, at the banquet, and the little young men, they were dressed so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was real nice. But you know what? My grandson.
We want people to share this.
Oh yeah. Like,
you know what?
Share, subscribe, comment, do all those things.
Yes, please, because this is a good one. And we always talk about lifting each other up.
Yep.
And highlighting Black businesses, entrepreneurship, and what?
And our youth.
That's right.
Our youth. We really need to talk about our youth. I'm excited. And I get super excited about my grandbabies. Everybody know it. And my grandson is he's one of the he's my little Mr. Basketball.
Okay.
He's one of the little basketball players. So I come to some of the games and stuff. And so tell us about Flint Flames. What is Flint Flames and what made you get started?
Right. When did you start this?
So actually, I started coaching and doing stuff with kids probably about 16 years ago. I've been through a couple organizations and did a couple things with other people, but it wasn't genuine like I wanted to. So 3 years ago, I started Flint Flames Youth Organization, and I started it because the kids in our city really don't have a lot to do, and I was traveling the country with my nephew playing basketball and football, seeing all this stuff, and I was thinking like, why our kids don't do this type of stuff?
Right.
Why our kids don't go and play against the best kids in the country and see all these different states and see their stuff? They just stuck inside Flint.
Right.
So I started traveling with a group of kids 4 years ago, and we just started developing, and it blew up to something I didn't think it was going to be.
That's what I was going to say. When you said you started Flint Flames 3 years ago, so we were there, really, you hadn't been in business that long with Flint Flames, and it was packed.
And it was packed.
It blew up, just like you said.
Yeah. And you have organized a really talented group of kids. Like I watched them play, and they understand the core, like the basics, and they're a really talented group. And so,
see, what we doing is we teaching basketball. We're not just getting out there and letting them play, and we don't care about winning or losing. We care about the development of the kid,
the fundamentals
the fundamentals of basketball, and preparing them for high school and college possibly. That's our ultimate goal anyway, to get the kids in school for free. So they won't, when they get out of school, they won't be owing that student loan and doing different stuff. So our whole motto is use basketball and don't let sports use you.
Right.
So I really do that to motivate the kids to get to the next level. Like a lot of teams around, the city of Flint and around Michigan, they care about trophies and winning and doing this different stuff. I got so many trophies and stuff. I tell my kids, if y'all want a trophy so bad, I'll give y'all one out of my garage. I don't want them, because you lose in life.
Right.
If you don't know how to lose, you can't win.
Right.
So all the development side of everything is what make our kids real special, because we really developing them at a young age. Like we start at 5 years old.
That was my question, but you said you motivate the kids, but you motivate adults too. I'm just going to tell you. Or they wouldn't have been there the way we saw them there if they didn't see something, in what you were doing, and you wouldn't have Jameca just grinning talking about Mr. Basketball. So, I mean, really, so it's motivating not only kids, but, their parents, their grandparents, auntie, uncle, all of those.
I remember when my son Chucky called me like, "Mama, you gotta check out what this guy is doing," and and so Yeah, so you're motivating adults. You know,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
parents are looking at what you're doing with their kids, and you're really, and teaching those kids how, like you said, how to lose, how to how to win, how to lose, how to win, because that translates into what happens in the schools. It translates into what happens, when they have an argument or something with
Mhm.
somebody. Like, you have to know how to lose. You have to know how to have teamwork. You have to know how to talk to people. My grandson knows everybody.
How old is he?
He's 8. He's
Okay.
8 years old, and he knows everybody. And everywhere we go, no matter whether it's a basketball camp to the mall, he's always knowing all these little kids. And my son, I'm always like, man, I took Deshaun and he know everybody. And my son is like, because they all play ball together. So
And it
now they have
forms friendships. I mean, you're
friendships.
really, forming
Yeah,
friendships.
and honestly, you know, the Flint Flames kids are known by everybody because we got Instagram, we got Facebook, we traveling. We got highlights. I started I do highlight films for them. I take pictures of them. I do a lot of stuff for these kids in the background that people don't see, and they going to the best of the best tournaments in the country. So the kids in Flint are seeing our kids, our Flint Flames kids traveling and doing stuff that they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So when they see them, and then our uniforms is always the top tier uniforms that you can have for a kid, because I feel like, you know, if they look good, they play good, and if they feel they don't even be want to take their uniforms
I was
off.
gonna say they take care of those
Yeah,
uniforms. Trust me, I
yeah,
know those uniforms are taken care of. You come home, you take it off, you get it together, and they don't want to take them off, but you have to take it off and get it together.
But it's like there's pride.
yeah,
It's like you're instilling
yeah,
pride in them as well.
yeah.
And then I was listening to him when he was talking about going all around the country and seeing the best players, and that's something that Flint has always been known
Yep.
for is
Yep.
our athletes,
Yes.
and so it's bringing that back as well.
Yes.
And that's, I don't know, it's just part of our identity and who we are.
Yep.
And teaching these young kids, installing that instilling that into the kids. That's who we are. We aren't who they say we are. We are, we're athletes, we're brothers, we're sisters. We know what to do when we go to another community, and we know how to embrace people when they come to ours.
That's very important. Them knowing, because the structure of a kid now in our city is low, because you got people that's raising kids that are kids, or that haven't had no good background for themselves to be raised. So it's different stuff. And if you can go to like a community center or something like we had back in the day, with Coach Munn and different coaches that was at the community center for us back in the day.
Right.
If we get that back going and stuff opening up like that, I think that would change the dynamics of kids all across the board, because they don't have nothing to do and they just acting out. It's hard being a kid in our city growing up right now with all the violence, with
And that's
all
what I
with
was
all the
going to
different
say.
stuff.
It changes that.
Yes.
Because, like you said, you're forming friendships. You're, teaching them how to interact with each other and all those kinds of things.
It doesn't matter what neighborhood you
Right.
already my friend. We've been friends
That's right.
since we was kids playing basketball with the Flint Flames.
And it's like they have. When I was there at that banquet, it was almost like they were a family.
Yes.
That's how it
That's
came
the atmosphere.
across.
That's the atmosphere of family. We call each other Flamily, because we all
Okay,
that's how it is.
Okay, I like that.
Flamily.
That's how it
I
is.
like that too.
Everybody's together, everybody's unity. That's how our program sustain, because everybody is helping each other out. Like we don't have no major funding or no major grants coming through or none of that stuff coming through. All the parents and all the coaches get together, and we have fundraisers. We build stuff for our kids, and the kids see it. Like at the banquet, how they had on suits and stuff. That was because they used to having on basketball clothes and different stuff. And I wanted to bring back the old banquet. Some of the kids don't even know how to tie ties.
Wow.
So I wanted to bring back the old atmosphere of a banquet and show them what a banquet was, and congratulate them for what they doing over the years, because they work hard.
Yeah.
They work hard. I mean,
So is this year round?
Yeah. For the kids that's 5 through 13 is year round. But when the high school kids, they break off when they season starts.
Because they can't play while they playing high school ball, right?
Yeah. But as far as your grandson, it's year round. And then like your son, I got a lot of knowledge to teach people, but I always keep it like, I don't want you to think you working for me, you working with me, and we doing stuff together so I can show you what to do. Like,
because you got him out there coaching.
Yeah. I mean, and because he was dedicated to it. He was a dad that was bringing his son all the time, and when he came, he had all his kids with him. Every last one of them, all of them was with him, all of them in the gym, even the babies. They in the gym right now with him. So I'm like, man, you want to get into this? Your son doing it, you can have this age, you can do this. I'm not controlling nothing you do. It's just a certain standard we do under Flint Flames. But whatever you want to do, you do it. I got gym hours for you, this and that, and we can just.
So where do you all do this?
At the Flint Development Center.
Okay.
Okay. But y'all practice all kind of different places, right? Because
we practice there, and we practice at Metropolitan.
I was gonna say I've been to Metropolitan picking up the babies. Yep.
And as they grow, we gonna get more gyms as we can, but our home base is the Flint Development Center.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's exciting because the last game I went to was my grandson's birthday, and he wanted his cousins to come to his birthday game.
That game, you might have seen me there too. I came there just to take pictures of him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was his birthday, so I'm like, I'm gonna come record you, take pictures of you, and get your stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then like every time it's their birthday, however old they is, I'll give them that amount of dollars.
Oh yeah.
So
that's so nice.
So even your little grandsons, when it was his birthday, I gave him $4 too.
So,
yep. So they every time they see me, they running up to me, Coach Didi, Coach Didi. And I want them to be like that because a lot of kids is running up to the street dude.
Right.
And being fascinated with the streets. So with them being in that gym, I know at least 4 hours of the day they in a safe place and they learning something.
They are. I saw my nephews. I saw kids that my kids grew up with the dads, and I'm looking around. I said, "Look at this! Look at the kids out here playing, and enjoying themselves, and having a good time." And the one of the kids that I brought, he said, "How do I play? I want to play."
And that's what I right. And that we're gonna have to repeat this. But what if we know someone that wants to be in the Flint Flames? How do people?
All you gotta do is bring them up to the Flint Development Center, or get with me on Facebook, Instagram. I got a sign on the Development Center with my number on there. We take all kids. It don't matter if you know how to play, or you don't know how to play. We got autistic kids. We got kids,
that's good.
different races from different cities: Davidson, Clio, Flushing, Grand Blanc, Beecher, Flint, all together. It's not no division on anybody. I don't care what your skill level is. I can get you better.
And I think
that's important.
Right. And the special needs, I think that's important too. Because so many times kids with special needs, it's hard for them to find things to do and to be included with everybody because that's teaching us all something.
Yep, absolutely.
There's no difference. There's no difference in the kids. No matter what's going on with you, there's no difference. You treated the same way as everybody else is treated. And if I figure out that somebody is picking on you or doing anything, we'll handle that way. But I don't believe in special need kids. I just think they kids.
Kids are kids.
Yeah,
kids are kids.
But a lot of people don't want them included.
Right.
So I think that is so nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
That you're doing that.
Every kid
it normalizes.
Every kid. We love our kids. They're kids. And when we teach kids when we teach inclusivity as kids, when we grow up, we understand better.
That's the whole
And that's
thing.
how you start bridging, building bridges instead of keeping us all, well, they're this and they're that, and bringing it together.
I had a mom come up to me and say that she like, well, my kid is autistic. I don't think he can be around. I'm like, yes, he can. Leave him, and you can leave.
Yeah.
He'll be all right.
And you can leave,
Yeah,
and he'll be
all right.
okay.
Even when kids is bad and people calling them bad and all that, I take all those kids because you know they just acting out for some reason. You got to figure out why they acting out. So
I love that, and I know you love it because I know kids. I know how much you love.
No, because I keep thinking about when we went to. I want to come to a game now, but because I remember when we came to that banquet and when we walked in there, it was like whoa. I mean, it was just full, and they were excited
and so well behaved.
They were.
Yeah, but because
but you could tell they took pride in what was going on.
Yeah, that's what it is. They care about doing stuff like that. They don't. I mean, you know, kids these days are too interested in playing video games or being on the internet or being on their phone. When you give them stuff to do, then that's where they forget about them phones. Right. Forget about the internet and all that stuff for that period of time.
And not to mention physical fitness.
Right. I was going to say it brings
your mental health.
Yep.
What that does just
physically what it does for you. And like I said, everything that you're learning. It's more than, you know, sometimes we say just basketball. I mean, it's a whole lot of things that are important.
That's what a lot of people around here is not understanding. Basketball is just not dribbling the ball up the court or running a play or doing this. It's thinking. If you can think what's going on while you doing it, then you're going to be a lot better. But if you going through with attitudes and you doing this and you doing that because stuff is not working what you're doing, then it's not going to work at all because when your attitude is messed up playing basketball, it mess with your game. There's no feelings in basketball. I tell my kids this all the time. There's no feelings in basketball, only emotions. You got to make basketball care about you. It don't care about you. Right now, you not. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? To make it even care about you, you got to make it care about you. You got to want this. It's not your parents. It's not nothing. Because sometimes I practice. Our kids run 200-300 sprints within 2 hours, and when they leave, their parents can't believe it. They did what? They did 500 push-ups.
They slept good tonight too.
Yeah. And as they keep on going, they get easier and easier for them. So by the time they playing against kids that's not doing that, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you're wearing a hat. Your hat says Flint Flames. Your shirt says Flint Flames. And that's one of the things you said you do. You always promote.
Yep. I promote my brand. I make my own clothes. I make our uniforms. I design them. I make book bags. Everything we do, I take kids out and cut grass with me. They might say they can't afford a pair of shoes for basketball or something. I take them out with a week and let them cut grass with me. I got a lot of businesses and stuff that I do on just entrepreneur side of everything I do. I do it myself. Like if I learned it myself, so I teach them. The kids myself, and I've been doing this for so long.
So it's like you're teaching them business skills,
vocal skills, teaching them how to talk, teaching them how to do interviews, teaching them how everything, teaching them how to tie ties.
Right. When you said that, I was like, wow, okay. Because you don't even think about that sometimes. You don't know how to tie a tie.
And those are some of those basics.
Right.
When we were kids.
Right. You knew how to tie. Right.
Teach it.
That's because when we were kids, it was people like, you know, older men that taught us how to do this stuff.
Right.
Now you got really women raising these boys.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying a woman can't raise a boy, but she can't teach him how to be a man.
We need our men.
She don't know everything about what it takes, you know, to teach him how to stand up and pee.
Right.
Just
we need our men.
Just little simple stuff. Just simple stuff. How to brush their hair or anything.
Right. Yeah, we need our men. We need, and that's why it's amazing and awesome when you have someone who's a coach, who's a mentor. You know, so that we all, kids, boys, girls, we have positive role models.
Right.
And so tell us about, you talked a little bit earlier about You guys don't get like a lot of grants and things like that. How can people support? Because I really think that it's important that people support our youth.
Well, we are a 501c3.
Okay.
And I have went for grants and I had went for different stuff. But honestly, I think this city is like who you know,
It's hard to break in.
who you know, and it like my program. I can have 200-300 kids in my program, and somebody got 9 or 5 in theirs, and they'll get it before me because they know different
Yeah,
people
sometimes
and,
it's
and
hard to
different stuff.
break
So it's
in.
hard. It's hard to do that. But with me, my mind state is you help me, you help me, you don't, you don't. I'm still gonna make it happen for the kids. We still gonna do what we do. It's still gonna go no matter what. You know what I mean? But you can donate to us by our Cash App, $ Flint Flames. You can bring checks up to the Flint Development Center. Everything is fully tax write off, deduction, all that. Everything we do is legit.
So I want you to repeat your Cash App because I know that it's
Cash App Flint Flames.
yeah, because it's a lot of folks
$.
will
I'm
be
sorry,
making
$
stuff.
Flint
Yeah,
Flames.
it's $ Flint Flames.
$ Flint Flames. No numbers after it. No letters.
No nothing. You will see our logo pop up. It's gonna be a red logo with Flint Flames in it.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard that. Make sure you donate because our I hate to sound cliche, but it's true. Our kids are our future. This is our these are our leaders of tomorrow. This is who's going to take care of us. So we want to make sure that they're taken care of. And we want to make sure that they can afford to have their uniforms, to have their proper gym shoes because that's important. We want to make sure that when our kids go to other cities that they have everything that they need. That they're,
we want them to look a certain way.
Yeah,
we want them to look a certain
way.
That's how I am. I know for sure when I go somewhere, I'm gonna look nice. So the kids gonna look nice right along with me. Uniform, book bags, everything together, everything clean, neat, night. And they feel better about themselves when they sitting over on the sideline and all of them got the same thing on.
Yes.
We got this thing we do called shoe cam. So
what is shoe cam?
Shoe cam is when we in the huddle, one of our coaches or something to come around and look at everybody's shoes. So they trying to compete on who got the next shoes, but they can't compete with me because I be having them on. So
they ain't messing with
like,
you.
Where you get them? So
Mhm.
it's little stuff that we do that
Make it fun.
glue us in, make us fun, and they good kids. They all good kids, and they love what they doing.
So you said you started doing like participating in stuff about 16 years ago.
Yeah.
What made you get started even before you started the Flames? Okay.
It was my nephew. He was 5 years old, and we was out in Beecher, and they got a little league out there, and he wanted to play football. My granny stayed like right across the street from the school, so he wanted to play football, and I took him over there. And when I took him over there, happened to be some guys I was in school with doing it, and they like, man, you should just help because I'm there with them every day, taking them, picking them up. You know what I'm saying? Staying there with them the whole time, and they like, you might as well start helping us coach. So I started. And then the next year, I became the defensive coordinator. And then the year after that, I was the head coach. So after that, I just started coaching and doing stuff. And then I became the president of Beecher Men's Club. So I was just doing it like that. And then I just moved on, just as step by step, went up. And then eventually I just broke off to myself.
Okay.
Did you expect it to be that successful so fast?
I didn't expect it to be like it was because I was dealing with stuff when I was in people organizations where it was like they was kind of getting over on me, but I didn't know because I didn't know about 501c3.
You don't know
I
what
didn't
you
know
don't
about
know.
grants. I didn't know about this. I was just used to getting money to get it for the kids and do whatever I got to do for the kids. So once I started getting the knowledge of everything and business plans and putting stuff together and doing different stuff, it changed for me and it changed for the kids because now I'm the person that's putting everything in place for everybody. So now I know what not to do to make it successful because a lot of people that was doing stuff, it was falling off. It always fell off because they wasn't doing it the right way, or they didn't want to listen to what I was saying. It was like, oh, we got this. And then as soon as I get the kids up, get them to like 200-300 kids, they don't need me no more. So they got their numbers up so they can get what they want. So it's like,
I can do this myself.
I'm like, I'm like, because when I went to the Flint Development Center, I was kind of hesitant. Like, I don't really want to work with nobody because I've been burnt 2 times by major programs in the city. I've been burnt 2 times. So I'm like, I'm going to just handle this myself and do it myself. So I was kind of standoffish and really not even want help for people because I didn't want them feeling like, oh, we can take over your program and we can do this and do that. When I already had it going myself. Like, I know all the top tournament directors in the country. When you mention youth basketball in Michigan, Flint Flames is in the top 3.
Oh, wow.
For sure. If we not, I'm not going to say we just the best, but if we not 1, we 2.
Okay.
And they going to say our name. They going from our city, all Flint kids. We recognize around the country.
That's good. I just think it's something to be said for taking kids and teaching them those core skills and helping them through sports to develop friendships, develop those, sportsman-like conduct, and
it prevents a lot of negative things.
It does.
Or how you handle negative things. And when things are coming at you, I would have done it a different way. But now, because I'm part of Flint Flames and I'm part of this group, this family, and I've learned these other things, you handle things better. You handle things differently. And you have somebody to come and talk to.
Yeah.
Whereas I might have gone and done this, but I can call you. I can talk to you. I can talk to
I'm gonna be totally honest with them. It's not even. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Even the kids that's doing all the stuff in the city, they play for me. Like, the kids is dying right now. This stuff is really emotional for me. Like, I think about this every night. What can I do to keep these kids out of these streets?
Right.
Because the kids that's beefing with each other and that's shooting each other and all that stuff, they play basketball and football together with me. You know what I'm saying? And it's emotional even talking about it because they really dying.
Right.
At 16
in
and
real
15
life,
years old. It's no games. So I'm telling these kids, like, when you get to shooting at people and you get to doing, that's forever. You can do this basketball stuff and change your life. You can do this sports stuff and change your life. You ain't got to do that just because other people doing that, or do you think you got to have an op, or you think you got to have beef with somebody or this and that. It ain't cool to do that. What's cool is to grow old and take care of your kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what's cool.
So and you flip the subject, but what you're talking about right now, honestly, is real, and it's near and dear to me too. Having lost kids close to me too,
and to say it's cool to grow old.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we don't think that can happen. It's like, I'm not going to be here anyway, so I might as well do this. And sometimes some of us will say, now I'll change my age a little bit, but at the end of the day,
it's cool.
I want to be old.
Yeah.
Because that means if I'm not, I'm not here.
Yeah, right. What's the alternative?
Right. So let's do it in a good way.
So when you're
not locked up.
Not locked up, not running from somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah, it feel good. It feel good to be able to ride, me to get in my truck and just go anywhere I want to at
and not have to think about it.
I got my license. I got no warrants. I got nothing that's going on. I could go anywhere in the country with my kids or do anything I want to do without looking like some people, like the police over there. So
I didn't do anything, I didn't do nothing.
I probably know him. What's up?
Right. You say so?
Yeah, I had to get on some kids.
Hey, they not looking for me.
I had to get on some kids at the Pro-Am yesterday. They were like getting smart with the police.
Right.
Like, don't y'all know this is the police?
Right.
Y'all, everything y'all. And then when I started talking to them, they started listening.
Mm-hmm.
And the police officer looking like, You can get them in. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, because I don't play with them.
Right, right. I'm
And
coach. They
yeah,
know
they
better.
know who I. They might be running from me before they run from you.
And that's good.
So talk to us about how sports and whether it's basketball, football, soccer, or whatever, how we can use it as a community to be able to deter some of those things that you talked about, these beefs. We see what's happening in the streets
all the
with
time.
these kids.
See, what you got to do is you got to give them the outlet to know that it's greater stuff to do with sports instead of going to the NBA or the NFL and this and that. A lot of them not going there. So the goal is to go to school so you can be straight for your family. That's the whole motive and goal is to get to educate kids, because a coach can get through to kids different than a teacher can, their parents can, and different stuff, because this kid might like this sport, but their parent might be like, well, I'm just putting them in it just because. And you see it as a coach that they like this. So you talk to them and tell them, like, listen, in order for you to grow and do this type of stuff, you have to not only be a good player, but you got to be good in school. Because without school, you can't play sports.
You're not going to be eligible.
But they also might find out, I want to be a coach.
Yeah.
You know, you may not play the game.
Or
I want to be that's what I was going to say. Or a trainer.
I have a kid.
Right.
He wasn't that good at first, but he was good. He was vocal. He could talk to the kids and he could motivate them. He could tell them stuff. And he told us when everybody was going around saying, what you want to be? He said he wanted to be a coach. And he was only like 7 years old. He was like, I want to be a coach.
He recognized
his
but there's also a financial aspect that you need to keep it going. Somebody might say, I want to be that part. You know, how do we stay afloat financially?
Or I want to be a sports attorney, or I want to be
a sports
agent.
Or
any of those
or do highlights.
Exactly.
Or you know, do the music.
Because there's all kind of other jobs that are
all
tied
kind of stuff that's tied to it.
Right.
And what I do is this: what I do. I ask the kids what do they want to do. If they say I want to do music production, I go buy you know, the keyboards and stuff and bring people in and teach them stuff. Or if they say I want to be a photographer,
you need that.
I started going buying cameras for them and give them to them at the games and teaching them about stuff. You know, it's so much stuff that you can learn about cameras that people don't even know, like the ISOs and the apertures and the certain lighting that you got to do and all that stuff. And these kids that I'm dealing with is learning this stuff, and they dealing with, you know, it's a lot of people around on YouTube, I mean Instagram, that do the highlight stuff. And when we go to tournaments, they like our kids, so they give them their cameras, $5,000-$6,000 cameras. They give it to them and let them walk around with them and do different stuff. So
practice.
And then not only do it help the kids out, but it teach me stuff. Like the kids teach me stuff.
Oh, I bet.
My son taught me how to edit videos and edit different stuff, and he only 10.
These kids know.
And then it's giving them a skill at an early age.
Right.
If they editing videos at 10, imagine when they 20.
Right. Right. What they can do.
Yeah. So it ain't just about sports with what we doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the basketball part of it is what people know, because we dominate a lot.
And that's what you see, though. You see what happens on the court. But what you should pay attention to is not just what happens on the court, but what happens around the court. Absolutely.
Yeah, because, you know, we don't ever think about all those other things that can come as a result of that. But there are all those other jobs that you were talking about.
Oh, that's the most important. Life after sports.
And so I know you talked about this earlier, but for anybody who just tuned in, can you tell us again who you are, what your program is, and how somebody can get their child involved?
My name is Deontay Lyles. I am the owner of Flint Flames Youth Organization. You can call me at 810-265-4316, 810-265-4316. You can come up to the Flint Development Center. We got a sign on the building with my name, email, everything on there. You can look us up on Facebook at Flint Flames Youth Organization. We on Instagram, Flint _Flames. You can ask people anything. People know who I am. They will get in contact with me, and we accept all kids, boys and girls.
And what's the age?
Boys and girls.
Five.
Okay.
Right now we doing 5 to 14, boys and girls. We got third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, seventh grade. And then we got fifth grade girls, sixth grade girls, eighth grade girls, and high school girls. Right now going on under one roof.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot of kids. But the thing about it is our kids, they need this.
Right.
And they take pride. They want to be involved. They want to be engaged. They want to be connected to something positive. They do. They crave
and really that's what we all want.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we all want.
They cry if they can't come to practice.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they parents got to do something they missing, they upset. Even though they got to come and work hard as we push them, they upset when they can't come. Because like last year, funds had went low, so we had stopped it this year. But I was feeding the kids every day. So like my wife, she would cook, like like sloppy joes, egg rolls, tacos, different stuff. Her and one of the mothers on the team, we used to feed them every day. So they was looking forward to coming and eating and everything. It's a lot of stuff, a lot of little stuff that you wouldn't think that would be special for a kid that's special. I'm talking about feeding like 80 to 100 kids every day.
Yeah. That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, sure is.
But kids look forward to it. They look forward to share. Just like how when we share a meal, you talking, you're laughing,
you're having fun.
Food is social sometimes.
Yeah.
But you're bonding.
Yeah.
You're bonding with each other and connecting. Like
I had the kids come up there at 4:00, even if you ain't practicing. Your practice time over, go eat.
Somebody's gonna learn to be a cook or a chef.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to cater now.
I don't care what it is that a kid want to do. If it's in my will or I can figure out how to do it, I'm gonna make it happen for them. Music, cooking, anything, production, anything. Even if they like I got zero turns that I teach them how to ride.
Okay.
So I got kids.
Those are the lawnmowers.
Yeah, I got kids that's 10 years old riding zero turns, the commercial ones. Standing.
They may have a landscaping business.
Right.
Yeah. Right. And I tell them, like, look, this what you can do. You get you a lawnmower for this, and you make you $20 every yard.
Exactly.
If you do 10 yards every day, that's $200 a day.
Exactly.
You do that every day, that's $1,400 a week. That's good money.
That's good money. That's good money. Yeah. Absolutely.
And they understanding that right now.
They adding it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would be too.
Me too. I was gonna say I have my little notebook out.
Right.
Get my little return business. She said, "Come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Be ready."
And it's always an opportunity.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity.
So,
and that's what they're looking for.
So do you do the banquets every year? The end of the year banquets?
End of the year banquet this year. This year we gonna do a outdoor one though.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yep. We didn't come up with the date yet, but I think they going towards the end of August.
Okay.
They're going towards the end of August with that one. I let the moms come up with that, and then I just organize everything and help out. So I got to get with them and talk to them about it. So
let us know so we can let folks know.
Right, but
I
remember
help out.
The last one, you had some of the professional basketball players. I mean, the people that you had
coached them.
coming.
I coached them. A lot of them.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. People wouldn't know. Because I'm not the type to be all on the internet saying I did this with him, I did this with that, I did this. I don't really care about people knowing me. I just want to help the kids. Yeah, I just want to help the kids and get them places, stuff to do, because I know when I was little, my mom died when I was 10. So the people that I was hanging around and looking up to was older than me, and they was drug dealers. So I told myself when I had my first kid, well, really when my sister had my nephew, they will never see or have to do anything that I did coming up. So I tried to pride myself on making sure that they know it's somebody there for them because I didn't have nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just out roaming and doing stuff, and and when I woke, I feel like I was asleep all those years. So I'll be telling like the kids, like, and people, when I woke up and realized what I was supposed to be doing, that's when stuff started getting brighter for me. You know what I mean? No matter how much money I was getting or anything, it was dark because the money was not valued. Nothing was valued. I value everything I do now for my family and for the kids that's around me. So I wouldn't be like, I don't go to no clubs. I don't be trying to hang around places where people think they need guns and all that because I got to wake up tomorrow for the kids.
Right.
So I try to keep myself out of situations that don't involve me and all that stuff. So I know what I'm doing tomorrow. I know like today we got basketball practice. I got to be there.
Yeah.
I can't be in jail.
I like what you said. So I know what I'm doing tomorrow. And you can make, those are choices that you make. And, just saying I woke up. But it's like I woke up and I really valued who I am and who I could be and what I have to offer.
Yep.
And the impact that you're making on these kids' lives, on the community as a whole. I always say it's something beautiful about being a part of something bigger than yourself.
Right.
Because that impact isn't going to end, when they age out of your program or when they move or when they go somewhere else.
With their kids and with other young people.
Yeah, for sure. Because my nephew, he is an exceptional young man, and I'm just so proud of him. He's doing what I'm doing here in Utah.
Wow.
He got a full ride scholarship to Northern Colorado to play football.
Wow.
They rarely give
and
out.
you took him to across the street to Beecher to be able to play on when he was a little boy.
Where he is
and
now.
Look at him now.
Yes,
right.
He representing they Sky Conference. They giving him $150,000 budget to do programs that he was in here in Flint.
So he knows how to do that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And that's what he majoring in that communications and he
that's beautiful.
He liked the youth. Like when he came back here, he talked to them. They know him. They can call him. All the kids in the program. He's just an exceptional
that
kid,
has to
and
make
it worked.
You feel good.
Yeah, it do because and especially every time you call and it's something good, and it's never nothing. Oh, Uncle, I'm going to jail, or Uncle, I got in trouble doing this.
Come send me some bail money.
Yeah, I'm doing this. So he the type of kid that you want your kid to be, and or be around or be affiliated with. And that's what I'm trying to do with all the kids and just make sure that all of them know it's somebody there for them.
Yeah, that's good.
And because that's what makes a difference is knowing that somebody's there for you. I have somebody I can call. I have somebody I can talk to about this problem I have, those kinds of things.
So I know we don't have much time, but if there's anything that we haven't talked about or anything that you want our audience to know or a potential parent or kid to know about the program, about you, about what's happening, about what you have planned, anything at
all? I got something big coming for the city. Real soon, basketball wise. But it's still in the making, so I ain't gonna say what it is.
But make sure you come back and talk about it when
once
it's
it
time.
hit, it's gonna be major for our city. With on the basketball scene.
Okay.
Far as that, I got a lot of stuff that I do.
What I want? I want you to come back with some parents, a parent or two, and a kid.
Yeah.
I would love to hear,
from
just
that's
really
a good
what
idea.
this has done and what this has meant to them.
Okay.
I think that would be good for people to hear, So and they can see them. So I think that we're gonna have to schedule that.
Yep, we can.
Yeah,
I for sure can.
And when you're ready to make your big announcement, come back and talk to us about it.
I will,
because I want to hear about it. But I think that would be good to
that
have
would be
some
fun,
some of your young men and some of the young women, and
I'll bring them.
Their parents, their uncle, their aunt, their granny, whoever is
I'll
there
bring her for
with them.
sure.
And let's talk about
You
that.
so funny. I
What?
see you looking at me, they granny.
I know.
Look, I'm a proud granny. And I'm always like, my little Mr. Basketball, he done
That's
brought
what
his
she
basketball hoop to my house. I ain't gonna never be able to get rid of him now.
He a
It's
good
his fault.
he,
It's his fault.
he a good kid. He a good
Thank
kid.
you.
Whatever y'all doing with him, y'all doing a good job with him.
Thank you.
All of them.
But
I
you know
love
what?
all of them.
What you just said is whatever they're doing with them, they are doing a good job, but you can't do it by
You
yourself.
can't.
And that's why this is
it
important.
takes a village.
Right.
It does.
And so you're doing a good job because you're bringing them around other people that are, showing them what you want them to see and involving them the way we want them
Yeah, because it does. It takes
and it takes us all.
And
to do
kids
that.
remember their coaches from
They
when
sure
they're
do.
young. The coaches are part of your village.
Mhm.
Always have been.
Mm-hmm.
I want to tell y'all a story about Kawhi.
Do I know this story?
So this is
Tell
how
it,
this
tell
is
it.
this is how me and Kawhi got so cool. Every time I see Kawhi run up to me, Coach Didi. So we had practice one day, and he pulled the fire alarm.
Yes, I heard about
So
this.
after that,
Tell
he
this.
was scared. He was scared because it was
Mhm.
ringing and stuff. But I got him and I talked to him. I said, "Listen, you didn't know what you was
Mhm.
doing. You're not in trouble, man. You ain't got to sit over here in the corner. You ain't in trouble. It's all good. All we got to do is call the fire department. They're going to come shut it off. You okay?" So after that, the next day, he seen me again. Now he running up to me. We had a nice little conversation, and he was thinking he was in trouble.
Mhm.
But I'm like, you didn't know what you was doing. You a kid. You just pulled something that you
Right.
seen was going on. So you ain't in
He's
trouble.
so
Don't worry
curious.
about it.
Mhm.
So curious.
Yeah, I
But
like
remember
Kawhi.
her. I remember her telling us
I
about
said,
that.
I'm
She
on my
said-
way to pick up Kawhi. He done pulled the fire alarm.
Yeah, but
and we just cracked up.
yeah, but he,
He's so funny.
Kawhi, and I love him, man.
He's
I love
so
all the kids, but he
And
just
Kawhi
but
is
they
a
know
daddy's
that, too.
baby.
yes.
He always want to stay with his daddy. He don't want to go with his GG. But that day I walked in that gym, he came running toward me. I said, "Oh my goodness, my baby."
But if he see me now to this day, he gonna run up to me, Coach Didi.
But I mean, you
Mhm.
think about that. You could have responded a different way.
Yeah.
And then that relationship wouldn't be there.
Mhm.
Yep.
So,
That's true.
But we sure did laugh. I tell you.
Yep. I said I got there. The fire department was there.
But
Kawhi
you
done
never know.
pulled the
He
fire
might
alarm.
end up wanting to be a
He
firefighter.
may.
You
He
never
may.
know.
Yeah.
You don't know
Yeah.
what that,
Or
what
something.
that will do. Exactly.
But I just told him, like, man, don't think you just did something terrible,
Right.
like you gonna get in trouble. Don't think that, because he a kid.
Yeah.
He was only 3
He
years
was
old.
3 years
then.
old then.
So
Yep.
but he intelligent.
Oh yeah.
He intelligent
Oh
for
yeah,
a
he
3-year-old.
is.
He can hold a conversation with you
Yes.
as a
he can.
3-year-old.
Yes.
So that's why me and Chuck be like, this is gonna be the
yes.
group.
Yeah.
Because I got a son that's finna turn 2.
Oh yeah.
We like, these are gonna be the
Yeah.
group. 'Cause they smart and they around their brothers and they looking
Right.
at
And they're
everything that's going on.
little and they're
They
watching
cannot
now.
wait till their turn.
Right.
They can't wait. They'll be at my house, Kawhi and Devon, trying to practice what they see in Deshaun doing.
Right.
They're watching these
Right.
kids, and that's what it's all about.
Right.
That's why I love it, because now you have even smaller kids, waiting.
Right.
They're like you said, your son. You said 2 years
Yep.
old. They waiting till they can't
Right.
wait.
Yeah, they can't.
They can't wait.
He been at my son been at a basketball game since he was born.
See?
Okay.
Even when he was in his mama's stomach, he was there.
at
So
the
he's
game.
hearing everything that's going on. I'm talking
Mhm.
about a couple weeks. He was at a basketball game.
Mhm.
So and he had practice. If he had practice with me and he see her come in the gym, he running from her. Because he want to stay there.
He wants to
He
stay
know
and
it's
be
time
part
for
of
mama
it.
to come get me.
I don't want to
He
leave.
don't
I
wanna
don't want to
leave.
leave. I
Right.
want to be
But
here.
that's
This
good.
energy.
Yeah.
Watching these other kids
And having
Yeah,
fun.
having
And
fun.
just soaking it in.
And you're right, because when on Deshaun's birthday, I walked over there because I'm gonna get the little kids to take them with me. They didn't want to go around there with me to sit down. And Chucky said, "Ma, they know what to do in the gym. They know what to do.
Sit on the bench. They sit right there on the bench.
Uh-huh.
I told Chuck next year I'm getting them uniforms.
Yes, so
Oh man, that'll be so
They can sit right there
nice.
with them. I'm gonna get them
Right.
Not gonna
uniforms.
be able to
They're
tell
gonna
them
be
nothing.
right. Exactly.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
you don't know how they're gonna start helping out and being
Right.
involved and all that kind of.
absolutely.
And those are the things we need to be thinking about.
It is,
And that's why it's bigger than
It's is bigger than what's happening on the court. What's happening on the
Exactly.
court is amazing.
It's amazing.
But it's bigger than what's happening on
Yeah.
the court. It's
Right.
everything else.
It's everything else.
We thank you so
Know
much
it.
for
I know
coming
it.
in. We appreciate you. We thank you for what you're doing
Flames.
for the community and for the kids.
And for the kids.
Flint
Appreciate it.
Flames. If y'all don't know, y'all better learn.
I know.
Before we go
ahead.
I'm gonna tell you this another story
What?
about you.
Uh-oh.
So I was coaching football behind the police station. And I want to thank you for this too. So for weeks and weeks, we was practicing, playing. You know, they were supposed to get our equipment and everything like that. It wasn't happening. It was excuse after excuse. So one day, she come down from when she was the mayor, the city hall building. She come out there and they watching us practice. And I talked to her and I tell her what's going on. A week later, our equipment was ordered. And those kids that she did that for went and won a national championship in Florida.
I remember that.
They was the first 9U football team in
I
Flint
remember that.
to win a national
Yeah.
championship in Florida. And it was because she went and got the equipment for us. Like, get them babies they stuff.
Yeah.
Because we was out there for like a month or so.
I couldn't believe
they
it when he
used to
told
be
me that.
outside my office. I used to watch. I
Yeah.
used to watch her. I didn't know it was you,
Yeah.
but I
Right.
saw the kids out there. It was like where my office backed up to where your
Yeah,
guys
we
would
had over like 70 some
Oh,
kids
yeah.
out there.
It was
Probably
big.
100 some kids.
And I was so surprised when you shared that with me. I was like, what?
I'm not
And we needed
surprised
to-
that you made somebody go do what they're supposed to do. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
From that day on, to this day, I'm a Karen Weaver supporter because of what she did for us. A lot of people don't come out and do stuff for the kids. They act like they do, but they don't. It's like the kids is what's gonna count. Like you said earlier, these kids is gonna be the people that's taking care of us.
Right.
We gotta take care of them.
That's
That's
right.
people be saying how the violence gonna stop. That's how it's
That's
gonna
how
stop.
it stops.
Putting money and putting
Investing
resources,
in our
investing
future.
in the kids.
That's
That's
right.
the future.
That's the future.
You can't go when they in high school and tell and be like, well, y'all gotta stop doing this. They already think they grown now.
Right.
You gotta put it in
Waited.
them when they little so they know this is the type of mind state we supposed to have. And from that day on, I was just like, she dope.
She's so real.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. Like and it's funny. I have to tell you this. I know Mickey gonna be looking at me in a minute because we're gonna be out of time. But I had the job that I had before I started working at City Hall. I always worked with the mayor, so I would know them. They would know me. It was the job I had. And so when she got into office, we were, neck deep in this water crisis. So I never met her until my final interview. We ain't gonna tell you how she was trying not to interview me, but to my final interview. And so then I ended up getting the job. And so I had never met. My point is, I had never met her. So I didn't know. I knew my love for this city. I didn't know her love for the city because I didn't know her. Almost immediately, well, I could say immediately, I realized, I'm like, oh, she rock with Flint like I rock with Flint. She loved this community. And to work with her, that's why I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that you didn't catch her on the phone fussing somebody out. Why these kids don't have what they need?
When I told her, she turned around and walked away. and she said, hold on. Turned around, walked away, and was on the phone. I didn't hear what she said.
That's what she was doing.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. That next week, our equipment was ordered.
I'm not surprised.
Brand new equipment too. It was ordered and it was on its way. And those kids went and won this city a national championship.
I remember when you came back and you told me that. And I was
That's
like,
beautiful.
Wow.
Yep.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And not only did they win a championship, but they got the experience. We went in December. When we got there, it was 90 degrees. So we went from snow and they got on coats. So when we get there, they in the pool swimming. So they seeing the climate change. They seeing different stuff. They when we got there, they didn't have to wear their coats. They like, we gotta wear our coats. No. They're like, why is it summer here but winter there? I'm like, it's winter here, but it's just hot. So they learn a lot of stuff doing that. You know what I mean? So I really thank you for that. And you know, every time I see you, I might thank you because it was something that meant a lot to me.
Well, it was important. It was important. And I was, you know what? And I think those are the things when we're in positions to be able to make that kind of difference in people's lives, in young people's lives, old people's, when you can make a difference, you should.
You should.
You should. And I saw what you were doing, and I saw those kids, and it's like, how do you not do that?
How do you not?
I had to tell you about Jameca another time on that interview, though.
I got the job, so she didn't want to interview me, and I ended up getting the job. So you know I must have rocked that interview.
She did. It was a big. Listen, let me see how much time.
Mickey
okay,
already
texted
texted me talking about 2 minutes.
So we're interviewing Jameca. It's a press release. Jameca has taken a job somewhere else, and it's a big announcement in the. I'm thinking, what are we interviewing her for? Here's the paper talking about Jameca has this other job, and Dr. Pugh says she wants to interview. She's coming for the interview. I was like, yeah, okay. We get in there, and we had 3 interviews before, and each interview seemed to get better and better and better. So Jameca's the last one, and they're talking. I said, let's just stop. I said, why? You know, I mean, we know you got a job, you know, so why are you here? just tell me why you're here, because we know. We heard you got this other job. So why are you here? She started talking.
She closed her book.
I closed my book.
I said, well, are you doing real good or real bad?
I said, oh, we going with her.
The next day they called.
We called her.
Yep.
I said, yeah, she was good. She was good.
But it was funny though. But I didn't know her. And then I got that same impression that you got. That you know, my first encounter with her, you know, post interview, because interview, you doing an interview. But my first encounter post interview, I got that same impression you got, and that's that she really care about this community and is willing to use her voice and her influence and everything at her disposal to make things happen for people.
And so having said that, that's why we have 810 News Media, because we have to have a place to let people know the real deal, the truth about what's going on. And Mickey, we appreciate that too. What did he say? You better thank me?
Well, no. He texted us at 2 minutes.
But we are. People. We're happy to have this 810 News Media platform.
Yeah.
And so you can come back anytime.
Okay.
Please do. Because like she said, that's what we're here for.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's a lot of other people that don't know about it.
So tell people and tell them to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, follow us on Facebook.
And you all follow Flint Flames.
And y'all follow Flint Flames, because that's what we're here for. We're trying
$$ Flint Flames.
Cash App, $, Flint Flames.
And thank you all for tuning in for this episode of Black Money Man.
And thank you for coming. Thank you.
He'll be back.